Today I want to talk about Iheanacho from Leicester potentially going to Nottingham Forest. Is he a flop or is he a late bloomer? Let's take a look. Iheanacho joined Manchester City's Academy in 2015 and then went on to score 21 goals in 64 appearances for Manchester City. In 2017, Leicester signed him from Man City for £25 million and he went on to score 55 goals in 206 appearances for Leicester, which gives him a total of 76 goals in the Premier League in 270 starts. Last season, 2022-23, he was named as Leicester's Player of the Year in their relegation season. He made his international debut for Nigeria in 2015 and has also played in the 2018 World Cup, and from 45 starts has scored 12 goals for his national club. After the African Cup of Nations, he was awarded the Most Promising Talent of the Year for CAF Awards in 2013. So, where does he play? And let's also see some game footage. He is down in most cases as a striker, but he's definitely a deep lying striker, preferring most of the time on the right-hand side, as you can see from this stat from last season, cutting in from the right-hand side and using his left foot as an inside forward. He's also played as the main striker for Leicester, but as you can see from this heat map from the year before, he actually played most of his games down that right-hand side. So let's take a look at some game footage. From the right-hand side, he's very, very comfortable on the ball, good dribbler. He picks it up deep often and runs at defence. He's very progressive and he's got a great pass on him, generally through to the main striker up front. Inside forward, he can also cut in and strike with his left foot. And is pretty unselfish when it comes to his teammates. He does like to cut into the middle somewhat, even from the right. And his strength and ball retaining skills are pretty good. He's got some pace on him, and again, he's happy to take players on and lay the ball off when needed. He's got a beautiful left foot, even when he's playing on the right. Now, he does tend to drift in somewhat into the middle. And from here, he's generally letting other strikers in. So he's definitely a supporting striker for me, but with goals. Now, he does like to close players down. This one against Palace, where he took the ball on and slotted it past the keeper in the striker position. And he can finish. He's got quite a few Premier goals now. So let's look at Iheanacho versus Johnson. I'll talk about the different positions I see him playing in if he comes to Forest, but let's first of all take a look at that right-hand side where he would be against Brennan Johnson. On this spider graph, you can see it gives you the overall attributes with Jono in green and Iheanacho in blue. Now you can see from here that Jono looks like a better player, dribbling, attacking and vision. But if you look at this diagram, you can see that Iheanacho is definitely more productive in terms of key passes and assists, through balls and touches in the box. Okay, so let's say that he replaced a 1U up front or was a backup for a 1U. Now on this spider graph, these players are incredibly similar, absolutely nothing between them in the 22-23 season. And dialing down into the statistics a little bit more, you can actually see that Iheanacho on paper looks the better striker, but I have to say that most of his games have been played much deeper than a 1U would. I think a 1U is a true number 9 for Forest, whereas I don't think Iheanacho is. Let's have a look at the main attributes for a forward. His pace and dribbling are very high, his shots and passes are pretty good, and so is his stamina. Now if we look at him against a 1U, we know that a 1U can suffer with dribbling at times, but again, other than that, very, very similar players. So how do I see him fitting in at Forest? Well, I've taken what I think will be the starting front three, which is Jono on the right, Gibbs White on the left, and Taye Academy through the middle as his main striker. When played in a 4-2-3-1, Gibbs White will tend to drop in the middle, but we have suffered at Forest with that left-hand side. Taye is a true striker for me, and you can see that from the last few games of last season where he was getting into the 6-yard box on a regular basis. Whereas Johnson likes to operate down the wing, but mainly cutting inside slightly, not as far as Iheanacho would. So let's swap Iheanacho out with Johnson. So if Iheanacho plays down that right, he will be coming in a more acute angle as an inside forward and putting it in on his left foot. He'll also be drifting to the middle, as we've seen with the footage. So let's bring Jono back now, put Gibbs White in the middle. I think Iheanacho can play on the left because he's a natural left footer. Cuts it in again, but mainly down that wing. We could have Jono cutting in on the right and Iheanacho adding in as a second striker with Morgan Gibbs-White on the edge of the box in an attacking move. If we swap out Awoniyi and put back to a 4-3-3, Iheanacho could fit that striker role, Morgan Gibbs-White could be behind him, or we could even take Morgan Gibbs-White out and put Iheanacho in there, but again we're missing a left midfielder. If he's operated in the middle, I do see him wandering around and getting in the box late and playing assists off for his teammates. So let's have a look at goal threats now. So we're going to take Iheanacho against Johnson and Awoniyi. I'm not going to take it on games, I'm going to take it on minutes played because Iheanacho has actually been subbed on and off quite a lot in the last season. So Iheanacho has a goal every 2.49 games last season. Johnson has a goal record of a goal every 4.08 games, and Awoniyi has the best record of the three with a goal every 1.56 games. In terms of assists, Iheanacho wins out here with an assist every 2.49 games. Jono assists every 10.8 games, and Taiwo only got one assist last season, which equals 15.6 games per assist. Before we wrap up, please like and follow at FFTV The High Press on YouTube. But do I think he's a good signing for Forest? Well, with an £8 million fee mooted and a €3.5 million salary on at Leicester, I actually think this is a good signing. He's only 26. Like most players, he actually just needs a run in the team. So what do you think, Forest and Leicester fans? Do you agree with my analysis? Please let me know down in the comments. That's all for now. Take care. See you soon.